Hey everyone, my name is Julia. I usually begin my videos with introducing my work and company. I'm not going to do that today for two reasons. The area I live in, number one, the area I live in has a mom's Facebook group that I'd like to share this video on, and I want to respect the rules of the group in regards to business promotion. If you want to know about the work I do and how you can access that work, I'll put it at the end of the video and prepare you for that so you can opt out of my spiel. Number two, a core value of mine is to have a section of both my life and business devoted to volunteer work, which is why I create free educational content. While I was barely surviving and trying to change my life, I found a ton of free resources and free ways to help me elevate my thinking and my skills. I am so thankful for all of the people and places that provided that free content. I believe in becoming another voice in that choir, to make the message louder that if you don't have money for courses, therapy, books, coaches, there are still tons of ways to elevate your life. It's a vicious thought loop to believe that if you just had the money, you could get the help you need. That's not true, but it takes time and work to find it. Hopefully, the more free content created, the easier it will be for people struggling to find it. So today I want to share my experience as well as the tools that I've come up with to help overcome the winter blues and holiday depression. 4 years ago, just before my daughter was 2, I chose to separate from my husband. I became a single mom, though now I dub myself a happy and civil co-parent. With that separation came the death of the dream family I was hoping to build along with it. The death of the future holidays that would create the memories I wanted in my life. Although I came from a toxic family background, the holidays were full of people. Houses were filled to the brim with my large Italian background family. As children, we didn't really see the damage. It was all just festive and full of bodies putting work in to make Christmas happen. Until the emotional discomfort and disgust at spending time with the adult generation of the family became so apparent, then my cousins, siblings, and I regularly found excuses to avoid the family gatherings. My dreams of recreating the happy part of that with the family I was building were now unobtainable because of my separation, the one that I chose. Year after year, I tried finding, participating in, or creating what would offer me a happy holidays. Every year I wound up in tears, depressed, stressed, and miserable. 3 years in a row, I've tried to tweak the formula, tried something a bit different, set new boundaries or found new events. Each year I made a plan, hoping my holidays would be better than last year. Less tears, less stress, more fulfillment. I kept asking the existential question, what would truly make me happy during the holidays? I even had a hard talk with a friend who, despite my confused, defensive resistance, helped me realize each year I was actually experiencing grief, as though there was someone close to me that I was mourning the loss of. I couldn't think of anyone. And then realized I had lost the holidays of my childhood due to recognizing the toxicity and cutting off my family. And then a second loss of the dream I had tried to build with my former husband. I was going through an unrecognized grieving process every Christmas and not seeking help. The thing is, I came into those years thinking the holidays are just a tough time. They're tough for everyone. The holidays are just hard. My dialogue was building my reality. Not only was I choosing my perspective, I was doubling down on affirming my own beliefs by telling myself that many others obviously feel the same as me. I grouped myself to comfort myself. I wrapped myself in the self-righteous blanket of "you are not alone" in order to justify my pain and set in stone my own victimhood mentality. This is where the true change happened this year. I have practiced this tool aggressively since my recovery. You don't have to believe everything you think. You can change and choose your internal dialogue. I don't want to think and feel like the holidays are hard. That's not a mantra I want to live by. The holidays aren't hard for everyone. Who the fuck is everyone? The whole planet? Not everyone on the planet even celebrates Christmas. Everyone in Western culture? No, some people love Christmas and have incredible holiday memories every year. I need to stop giving myself a confirmation bias to justify my struggle. I'm going to choose that the holidays are only as tough or as difficult as I choose to think and feel about them. I need to look at some hard facts about my tough holidays and build some fucking gratitude. I have $40 to spend on a Christmas tree. I'm doing just fine. That's tool number 1, choosing my dialogue, how I talk about Christmas to myself and to others, especially to and around my child. The holidays aren't hard. I have been having a difficult time with the holiday season in the past. It's not the season or event or circumstance. It's my thoughts about it. It's the story I've written. I don't like it, so I need to rewrite that story. Tool number 2 is pulling my head out of my own ass. One of the greatest tools I've found for depression is broadening my perspective, forcing a broadening of that perspective. Stop living right in front of my own face. Me. How am I going to be happy this holiday? What do I want? What can I do to make sure I? This obsessive self-focus to create a sense of self-care, which is tool number 3, but we'll get into that next. When we live solely for ourselves, life holds very little meaning. Being a contributing member of society is ingrained in our tribal species. Without a component of our lives being devoted to helping others or providing a service to others in some way, we miss out on building a part of our identity that offers us a sense of worth. We are designed to work as a team, and when we deny that psychosocial need and get wrapped up in self-focused depression, it actually gives us one more thing to feel bad about. It makes us feel more alone and unworthy of accessing resources because we aren't a contributing member to the group we wish we had help from. We feel undeserving. The third tool is changing self-care to self-worth. The media has twisted part of the Female Rising campaign into a consumerism monster. We spent centuries living for our kids and our husbands. Then we fought for the right to vote and burnt our bras. Now companies and brands are telling us to vote with our wallets and are asking us what we would like to wear instead of our bras. The marketing of self-care is based around buying into new beauty products, workouts, and diets that all require taking time for and spending money on ourselves. Even meditation can be turned into a marketing opportunity in how-to books, classes, and teachers, and aromatherapy and clothes. And yet we are not happier than ever. We chase feeling good or better about ourselves by locking the kids out of the bathroom to take a bath or by joining the gym. But our lives don't improve. It's because self-care is a way to feel better in the moment. What we are missing is devoting time to building self-worth. This is how we feel better about ourselves as a person. It's a personal legacy. Self-care is making sure we have enough. Self-worth is earning something that can't be taken away. When you solve a problem, when you approach a challenge, no matter how small, when you learn something new, when you teach something, when you help, when you give, when you let go, when you overcome fear, you are building self-worth. And that lasts 10 times longer than self-care. It's very permanent. We do this by accomplishing things, no matter how small they are. And that's the last tool, mini goals. I have been in depression so deep. I've had to call a friend just to be on the phone to talk me through putting clothes on to go to work. I have cried for so many days straight. I would wake up with my eyes puffed shut for weeks. Mini goals have saved my life. Every day, I would make a list. When I'm really down, that list is small. Brush my teeth, do the dishes, do one focused activity with my kid, coloring, Lego, whatever. Tiny things, not hard. Things I would do anyway. Then I get check marks. I get to cross them off. I see success. A few days later, I add making a phone call I've been avoiding. Check mark, success. The next day, fix that shelf I've allowed to be broken for a month. That's teeth, dishes, my kid, shelf. That's it. Check mark, success. I can do this. Tomorrow, I'll do another. I'll finally drop off the donation pile at the SOS. Then I'll add making sure I shower every day. Then I'll add texting one friend to check in on them. And so on and so forth. Mini goals. They're all small. Until a daily routine is built, and I am at a normal, functioning human level, to a point where I don't need the list for the basics. And when shit starts to spiral and I feel lost, I go back to my list. I put down the basics: dishes, shower, kid, and we build. I use my tools. And what are those tools again? This is my favorite, recap to rewire. Number 1, change your dialogue and rewrite your story. How tough something is determined by your skill set, not the complexity of the circumstance. Number 2, depression is a compression of perspective. Broaden what you're looking at. It's not all about you. Number 3, spend at least 50% of your time that you would be devoting to self-care into building self-worth. Self-care is important for present time rejuvenation. Self-worth is your internal legacy. Number 4, one way to build self-worth is by setting and completing goals, no matter how tiny or small. Accomplishing things on a daily basis creates capability and competency. This is how we grow. If you experience winter blues or suffer holiday depression, find your tools, find support, don't give up. It is possible to change that experience. Please remember to like and share this video if you support its content. Have a great holidays. If you don't want to hear my spiel, now's the time to see you later. So, my name is Julia and I run Pretty Aggressive Industries. I'm a recovery and resiliency life coach. I work with people who have come from adverse childhood experiences, trauma, and abuse, and help teach and build the skills to thrive in this life, because simply surviving is bullshit. I'm the published author of Beyond Damage, subtitled Aggressive Recovery from the Toxic Mother-Daughter Bond. It's available on all the Amazons.com.ca, all of them. There, you'll also find my Parenting Beyond Your Damage workbook, Intro and Unit 1, with Unit 2 to 7 in development. I'm also a certified personal trainer and a certified nutrition coach. I work both at my local gym as well as do independent training and online coaching. My next nutrition program start date is January 4th and still has spots available. You'll be doing a 3-month program that changes your habits and cognitive behavior so that you can have healthy nutrition for your life. It's not about dieting. I'm also the co-host of #EnlightenedBitches podcast, which you can find on Spotify, Google, and Anchor.com. I've also recently launched Matriarch Motivation podcast, available on those same platforms. This series opens with a small series, a 6-part series, where I talk through my surrogacy journey to date, and will be offering a ton more female-based inspiring motivational speeches in the coming months. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram at prettyaggressive_official. I also have a website, www.prettyaggressive.net. Thank you so much for listening. Put out into the world what you wish to see. Have a good holiday.